How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. I hope everybody's doing good today. I'm sitting down here at Evansville. Just made my delivery on Monday morning and waiting for my next load. I don't have my load information yet, which irritates me. This dispatcher does not seem to be. Walter would have had it already. Walter would have had my load information for today on Friday. And my new one, Sam, he's not so inclined to do that. And he said he's waiting on the Raycon, which means he did not even have the load yet. Which means he sent me down here with no reload. This is a problem because eventually he's going to get me down here and there won't be a reload, which he's done once already. But that was that one I didn't blame him quite so much for, because it's kind of a weird set of circumstances. But a load that was supposed to be ready wasn't ready, and then there just wasn't anything else. But yeah, but that's trucking. We'll get through it. It could be worse. We could be digging a ditch with a shovel. So hope everybody's getting ready for Christmas time. I don't know, my normal load coming south here is they shut down between Christmas and New Year's the whole week. So they'll be done Friday at noon before Christmas, and then they won't come back until the 2nd. So sometimes they would take loads while they were off, but last year they didn't, and I doubt that they do this year. So, but anyway, so we'll muddle through here, and hopefully we get 4 this week. I haven't had heck, I haven't had 5 since late summer, and I haven't had 4 for the last month, since Thanksgiving probably. I do have another video I'm going to do. I'll put it on this one, but I want to do one separate. But I had a turn signal problem, and the front left turn signal wasn't working, and the back right turn signal wasn't working. Those are on the same circuit. And I had it at Peterbilt. I couldn't find it. The fuses were good. The bulb was good. I wasn't sure what it was. Ended up having to take it to Peterbilt, and they fixed it in about it wasn't even a half a day, I guess. 3 or 4 hours. $800 is what it was. And only about 15 of that was parts. I had a broke wire that goes from the fuse box to the some kind of controller gizmo underneath. It's along the frame rail, under the cab, kind of by the battery box there. And that's what Google kind of indicated that it very well could be. And that's what it ended up it was. And luckily, though, the mechanic asked me, well, I wasn't sure if they was going to get it done that night, because it was at the end of their shift. Oh, the sun come out bright, didn't it, just now? And so when I asked him, they let me go to the shop, and I asked him if what he was thinking, how long he thought it was going to be, if they could get it done on 2nd. Turns out that well, that's another whole story altogether. But he said, well, this is what it is. He said, this wiring harness goes from the fuse box, it goes under the cab, towards the back of the cab, makes a loop, goes over something, and then comes back here to this control module. He said, this wire is broke somewhere between here and there. He said, I can take that wiring harness apart and find where it's broke at and fix it. Or the fuse box is at the front of the, just, on the back firewall there. That control module is about 4 feet away. He said, or I can just, they call it an overlay. I called it a jumper, was what I would call it, but they call it an overlay. He said, I can just run a new wire from that fuse box down to that plug-in. And he said, it depends what you want to do or how you want to fix it. And I said, well, if you do that overlay, how long will that take? He said, maybe an hour or two. I said, well, if you do the other way, it's going to take all day. He said, oh, yeah, it's all day. And so I was glad he told me that. Cause I said, heck yeah, do that, this overlay. No problem. Because then it saves so much on labor. So I was glad he asked me. Now, if I would have been a company guy or something, maybe they wouldn't ask, and they'd have just, or if I wasn't there, they'd have fixed it the long way. And instead of it being an $800 fix, it would have been a $2,000 fix. So that was nice. And Peterbilt and Great Lakes. Great Lakes Peterbilt in Portage. I think it's Portage, Indiana, right off of 94 there. So they took care of me up there. They did a good job. I got no complaints about that. What else is happening? I said, we're just trying to get through the week here. Holidays got everything all mucked up. I run into a glitch on my Authority. I got to try to get that sorted through. Or not. I don't know how you guys do it. I use the end of the year to goal set. Try to figure out what I want to do between now and next year. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. To be perfectly honest, I'm about ready to get out of this truck. I never felt that way before. I always liked trucking. But I think I might be getting closer to the end than I am the beginning. That's for sure. So I'm going to take the holiday week and kind of sort through that and figure out what I want to do. I don't have to truck this hard. I don't have to be going over the road if I don't want to. Or I don't have to go just as many days as if I don't want to. So, but I got to have something to do. I can't be just doing nothing. Not because I can't afford to, but just because that's not a good way to live. You got to do something. So we're trying to decide maybe we'll go a different direction than trucking. I'm not quite sure. I've got some things I'm noodling around, but I'm looking down there where there's a truck, a day cab unloading. Just down the way there from me. But 8 minutes already. Gosh, I just yacked about nothing. I'll do another one before Christmas. I say that, then I won't. But I'm trying to do more content. I got to make myself do it. I was hoping that I would be, one of my goals for last year was to have 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I failed at that miserably. I didn't. You got to work at it. If you're going to make this YouTube work, you have to work at it. And I don't. And then I don't know. I'm not real happy with the trucking space of YouTube. It's such a cesspool. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to kind of get away from them a little bit. I like most everybody on YouTube that I hang around with anyway in the trucking space, but there's a few of them that are unpleasant. And they tend to want to make it a mess for everybody else. But here nor there, I'll try to do more in the future, and I'll talk to you before Christmas. So God bless everybody. We'll talk again soon.